In the previous lesson, we used if to run code when a condition is true. But programs often need two paths, one when something is true and another when it is not true. That is where the Rust keyword else comes in. The keyword else gives us a fallback block of code that runs when the if condition is false. We can also check multiple conditions using else if. This allows us to build a chain of decisions where different outcomes happen, depending on the value. Let's get coding. We start with a simple example using temperature. This checks if the temperature is less than 10, which evaluates to a Boolean. This runs only if the condition above is false. In this case, temperature is 12, so this block runs. Only one of these blocks will run. Rust will never run both the if and the else block. It always chooses exactly one path. Now let's look at a more interesting chain of conditions. Imagine we are monitoring global temperature change. Based on how much the temperature has increased, we can describe the level of climate impact. The value represents how many degrees Celsius the average global temperature has risen. Let's check what the effects are of an increase in temperature. Here, a big increase in temperature will have a severe impact. A slightly smaller increase would therefore have an impact, but slightly less severe. Going down once more, a small increase will have an observable effect, but not as bad as the others. Lastly, the final part of our chain is a fallback case for smaller changes. As you can see, this kind of structure is useful for categorizing data into ranges. In this code, the conditions are checked in order from top to bottom. Only the first true condition will run, while the rest of the chain is skipped. The final else acts as a catch-all case running for those conditions we are not currently testing. Now try and think of your own example scenario and test different ranges of numbers or other values.